Well, let's in the meantime talk about how the Prime Minister himself has been hailing this decision. Remember, it was his vision and saying that polling at different intervals causes disruption when it comes to the infrastructure development. He's also added that this was not a political move, but by some people who would try to spread misinformation about it. But it would be their task, that is the government's task, to explain to the people and make them aware about the benefits of holding simultaneous elections. However, when it comes to two political parties, we talk about the BSP and the BRS, are the two political parties that remain to be on the fence over the issue of one nation, one elections. They are neither agreeing to it nor completely denying it. BSP Supremo Mayawati, however, thinks that their party stand on ONOP, that is one nation, one poll, remains positive. However, the objective should be in the interest of the nation and the public. On the other hand, the BRS maintains that they will decide once the centre makes it clear on how this exercise would be carried out, would be implemented.
नहीं, खैर अभी तो देखा हूं मैं। अभी आप कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा गवर्नमेंट ने एक्सेप्ट किया। पार्टी में हम बात करेंगे, हमारे पार्टी में, कि क्या करना होगा, क्या करना उचित होगा, क्या किया जाएगा, मतलब इसमें कार्रवाई क्या होगी और क्या अगले कदम क्या होंगे गवर्नमेंट के, ये भी देखेंगे। क्योंकि अगर वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन करना है, क्योंकि हाल ही में इलेक्शन हो चुका है, फिर क्या बाकी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को बर्खास्त करेंगे, क्या करेंगे, कैसे इसके बारे में लोग आगे जाएंगे, अभी तो कुछ खुलासा नहीं किया, तो देखते हैं क्या होगा।
So these are the parties that have not exactly decided what their stand is, but there are many in the opposition who are already protesting. They are up in arms questioning the government's one nation, one election push on multiple counts, from calling it impractical to claiming that it is another attempt by the government to divert attention from its failure to allege that the move destroys federalism and its structure, and it is also a ploy to finish off regional parties. Opposition parties like the I.N.D.I.A are calling the one nation, one poll plan against the basic structure of the constitution. Even when it comes to the political parties that have been reacting, saying that this is the very same time that needs to be questioned as to why in the election season the government comes out with such kind of a proposal.
देखो, ये देखिए, ये प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है और ये चलने वाला नहीं है। ये सिर्फ चुनाव जब आते कोई ना कोई कुछ मुद्दा नहीं मिल रहा उनको, ऐसी चीजें बात करने के लिए, इश्यू को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए वो बात करते हैं, और इसीलिए और पूरे देश के लोग कोई मानने वाले भी नहीं हैं।
आप ये नहीं बोल सकते नहीं पैसे बचाने का, पैसे बचाने तो फिर कल कोई उठ के बोलेगा पुलिस को बंद कर दो, आईपीएस को, कोई बोलेगा कोर्ट में इतना पेंडिंग है। कन्वीनियंस के ऊपर ये सब नहीं करेंगे ना। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चलेगा तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रिंसिपल्स के ऊपर चलेगा। तो बेसिकली नरेंद्र मोदी सिर्फ, क्योंकि बीजेपी की आइडियोलॉजी आरएसएस की हमेशा ही रही है कि वो रीजनल पार्टीज को नहीं चाहते, इसीलिए वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन का एक मार रहे हैं तुग्गा। हम तो इसकी मुखालिफत किए हैं और मुखालिफत करेंगे, अपोज करेंगे।
240 के मैंडेट के बाद लगा था कि माननीय मोदी जी अब रोजगारोन्मुख चीजों पर बात करेंगे, डाइग्रेशन और कुछ नहीं है। वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन जो एक विविधता रही है, क्या अब तक के जो मेनी इलेक्शंस हुए, क्या उसने डेमोक्रेसी को कमजोर किया? नहीं। कोई ऐसी स्टडी है? नहीं। वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन इस सरकार का पुनः एक ऐसा ऑब्सेशन है जिसकी जड़ें कहीं नहीं है, सिर्फ इसमें कि डाइग्रेशन हो, कुछ दिन हेडलाइन मैनेजमेंट हो, चर्चा हो, क्योंकि आपके पास इस तरह की कंटिजेंसीज के लिए क्या प्रावधान है, नोबडी नोज।
अगर आप 4 राज्यों के चुनाव नहीं करा पा रहे हो, आप वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कैसे कराओगे? उसको भी छोड़ो, मैं इनसे ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हम मांग कर रहे हैं कि महाराष्ट्र और झारखंड के साथ आप दिल्ली का चुनाव करा दो। ये उसमें भी सहमत नहीं है। तो जब आप एक साथ 3 राज्य के चुनाव कराने में असमर्थ हैं, एक साथ 4 राज्यों के चुनाव कराने में असमर्थ है, तो फिर ये कैसे संभव है कि आप पूरे देश में एक साथ चुनाव करेंगे? तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा जुमला है। इसके अलावा एक और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो मैं आपके माध्यम से देश के सामने रखना चाहूंगा। क्या होगा अगर बीच में कोई सरकार गिर जाती है? अगर 5 साल के कार्यकाल में 2.5 साल में कोई सरकार गिर जाती है, तो क्या 2.5 साल फिर राष्ट्रपति शासन लगेगा वहां पे?
2027 में उत्तर प्रदेश में विधानसभा के चुनाव होने हैं। उसी के साथ केंद्र की सरकार पार्लियामेंट और सारे चुनावों को भंग करा करके एक साथ चुनाव करा दे। लेकिन हम लोग जो चाहते हैं, बहुत पहले से कहते आ रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी बार बार के प्रचार कर रही है, जमीन स्तर के ऊपर वो कोई कार्रवाई अभी तक नहीं हुई है।
नाही, आता मला वाटतं कपिल शर्मा शो हे इलेक्शन कमिशन चालवायला लागणार आहे। कारण एका बाजूला जम्मू काश्मीर आणि हरियाणासोबत महाराष्ट्राची निवडणूक घेऊ शकत नाहीत. जम्मू काश्मीरमध्ये फेजमध्ये घेत आहेत, सांगतात सिक्युरिटी सिच्युएशन ठीक नाहीये आणि वन नेशन वन पोलचं बोलतात. 2 वर्षात राज्यात आमच्या 30 शहरांमध्ये महानगरपालिकेच्या निवडणुका नाही झाल्यात आणि वन नेशन वन पोल बद्दल बोलतात. तर मला वाटतं आता कपिल शर्मा शोवर आपले निवडणूक आयोगाचे आयुक्त येणार आहेत.
Well, that is how, as far as the BJP opposition rule parties have been reacting. But we also talk about the BJP and its allies as well. They have been hailing the cabinet decision, saying that simultaneous elections that were needed for the development of the country and to maintain law and order. According to reports, the responsibility to hold talks with the opposition has now been bestowed on 3 union ministers, which is Rajnath Singh, Arjun Ram Meghwal, and also on Kiran Rijiju.
Under the chairmanship of Honorable Prime Minister, approved to bring the bill in the parliament, place the bill. One election, one nation. That is in the preliminary stage with discussion with already Honorable former President of India's under leadership. They have taken several advices for the successful of one nation, one election issue. Actually, even with the getting the confidence of the voters, what best way we have to go for the one nation, one election issue.
With multiple reactions coming in, let's open this up and introduce Shashank Shekhar Jas, lawyer from the Supreme Court, joining us here on the Morning News. Sir, good morning to you. Saif Khan ji of the Congress Party also with us, sir. Good morning to you as well. Shashank ji, as far as the implementation is concerned, I believe you were also hearing on what the opposition parties have been saying. They have been calling it impractical. They have been saying that this is a stunt, this is a gimmick, and also in a way to overshadow when it comes to regional parties and their representation is concerned. But this is the vision of the Prime Minister that he's kept forth. The Union Cabinet clearing one nation, one poll, but there are still several challenges in its way ahead.
Namaste, Amita ji and your fellow panelists. Amita ji, there are few points which we need to be clarified. First, one nation, one election does not mean it should have to happen in a single day. It means that within a set of days, these elections can take place for both member of parliament and member of legislative assemblies. Now, for first 2 decades of this country's independence and republic, we had similar structure where same one nation, one election was there. Later, Indira Gandhi defeated that purpose, and now we do not have that, and that is why we have elections throughout the year. We need to understand that for this purpose, 62 parties were consulted, out of which 47 gave their opinion, and 32 supported the idea. 32 political parties actually supported the idea. But we need to understand that this is not the first time when some political party has brought this issue. In 1983, Election Commission has proposed that one nation, one election should be there. Law Commission 178th report said the same thing. Law Commission 255th report in 2015 said the same thing. National Commission for Review of Working of Constitution 2002 advocate for one nation, one election. Parliamentary Committee report 2015, Niti Aayog 2017. Everyone supported this one nation, one election, because the benefit of one nation, one election is too high. One more thing, because I was just hearing your news channel today.
Right.
There are assertions that BJP might get benefit out of it. But we need to understand that BJP is in power since past two terms. This is the 3rd term. So supposedly the next general elections will be happening in 2019 along with state elections. So the most anti-incumbency will be there against BJP.
So let me take that to Saif Khan ji as well, because as what Shashank is pointing out, Saif Khan ji, because every year it's election season in India. Now, when the Lok Sabha elections that were recently held in the months of May and June, sir, where states like Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, sir, usme bhi to chunav hue, sir. So why be against this exercise?
See, why we are against? Because this is absolutely not practical. Why? Let's say the recent elections which happened in 2024, it took 7 phases for the election to be happened, right? If you talk about general elections, let's say there were 543 seats. Are we like completely organized? First thing, there are many points which need to be taken out. I mean, how are we organizing this? One nation, one election, that's a gimmick. Why? Let's see the practical issues. Then why it happened in 7 phases? Let's talk about the assembly now. There are about 4,126 assembly seats. How are we organizing it? What is the manpower? Do we have the structure? Do we have the manpower as policemen needs to be deployed? Army men needs to be deployed. Let's say how many EVMs
are
there?
7 phases, the elections are held, and within 100 days, as we look at the other round of election bodies, when it comes to the lower ones that are held, or you want the country to be in a continuous state of elections? Abhi sir, chunav that are taking place is that of Jammu and Kashmir. Haryana will be happening next. Then it is Maharashtra. Then it is National Capital. Then it is Bihar. Sir, this is an unending process. Saif Khan ji, can you hear me, sir?
Right. Absolutely loud and clear. Okay. So what I'm saying is to see...
Coming to you.
Firstly, this concept of one nation, one election, you know, this concept sounds nice, but you know, it is practically impossible. Let's say, you know, with the assembly, let's say with Jammu and Kashmir, if they are not able to form a government, or maybe if they form a government for maybe 15 days and the government, you know, is not able to prove their majority, what happens then? It will be overruled by the presidential rule? Is that what Bharatiya Janata Party would be looking forward for in all of the states in India? So it is practically not possible. See, we need to have the infrastructure, we need to have the manpower, we need to have the resources, we need to have the backup for EVMs, VVPATs, everything needs to be organized. Does any spokesperson or does Bharatiya Janata Party would like to firstly brief about the planning which they made for the one...
Well, there is an implementation group, sir, that has been formed, and there is responsibility of the government to reach out to each and every one. And of course, now that when it comes to the BJP, which is no longer holding a majority, of course, it will be engaging when it comes to the opposition parties as well. Shashank ji, we talk about one nation, one election. Do you believe that it will also have long-term consequences to bring the country comprehensive benefits altogether?
Yeah, definitely, it will save a lot of money. But I guess there are two confusions pertaining to this one nation, one election. And I will resolve both of them. One, we must understand that one nation, one election will include n number of phases. Currently, this 2024 Lok Sabha election, we had 7 phases. So if we are having a concept of one nation, one election, that may exceed that 7 phase at all. It may go to 10 phases as well. But the moot point here is that you need to end the entire process within a set of time, so that the remaining 4 or 4.5 years will be free for the government to function.
That's the point, Saif Khan ji. End the entire electoral process in one go, so that the country is not continuously in the phase of holding elections, sir. Because the measures is what the government is saying, that it will get rid of the country of holding frequent elections. It will obviate when it comes to the drain on public exchequer, and it also will result in policy continuity.
Now, firstly, I would like to put my point here. Now, as per the lawyer here, he said the phases can be exceeded to 10 points. Then how are we saving money? Now it has been extended to 10 polls now, from 7 to 10 now. How are we saving the money? The question raises here. Could he answer to this question, please?
All right, Shashank, money issue when it comes to federalism structure being compromised and regional parties not getting their representation. 10 seconds to you.
No, so the difficulty here is with the learned fellow panelist is that he doesn't know that the entire procedure is in public. This decision, which has been approved by cabinet, has been discussed with at least 62 political parties. 47 gave their input. But here is the second point. Those who are saying, sir, please, give me a second. Those who are saying that this is
last 5 seconds.
Sir, give me a second. It's a very simple question.
Let me respond.
The viewers are watching you. Let me respond. How are
Saif Khan ji, don't have much time, sir. Shashank, last 5 seconds, please.
The money will be saved because the entire procedure of 29 states, union territories plus national will be held within 6 months. So that will save your overall money.
But it is
Plus,
not just about
one more
money,
thing.
it is about many other things that the opposition has been saying that is impractical when it comes to its implementation, and that is why the exercise that reached its peak during 1967 elections, it wasn't followed after that. But when it comes to the pros, the government has been saying that the country will not be in a frequent exercise of franchise that will be taking place, or will be in a frequent circle of holding elections year after year. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us here on the Morning News. Thank you very much.